Hi friends, this lesson is for Module 2, Lesson 22. Hi, you know what friends, we haven't done word problems in a while and I love them, so let's go ahead and work on some of those today, okay? Here we go. There were 7 bluebirds and some redbirds sitting on a branch. There were 12 birds in all. How many redbirds were on a branch? Oh man, I love word problems because they tell a story and it does math. What fun. Let's read this one again. There were 7 bluebirds and some redbirds sitting on a branch. There were 12 birds in all. How many redbirds were on the branch? You know, when I see that word some, that tells me right away that they didn't tell me how many redbirds. That's something I don't know. So that makes sense. I got to figure out. And that last question says, how many redbirds were on a branch? They're asking me that because up there it said some, so they didn't tell us. I'm going to think about what I do know and write a number sentence. Let's see. I know I have 7 bluebirds, and then I add some birds, and then I'm going to have 12 birds in all. I'm going to go ahead and write a number sentence to show that. I said 7 plus something equals 12. Do you agree that's a good number sentence? Thanks, friend. You know what? And I'm going to put a box down there for that missing part that I just don't know yet. That way, when I'm doing all my good work, when I'm drawing my picture and showing my process or my thinking, I don't forget what I'm looking for. All right, so let's draw what we know. It says there were 7 bluebirds. I'm going to go ahead and draw that. Oh, they're so cute. I'm also a practitioner, friends. Do you see how I drew in my 5 groups? And I'm also going to throw in a good label. I did B for bluebirds, but you can do anything that would make you remember that it's for bluebirds. And then I'm also going to put a circle around those because I don't want them to get confused with what I'm about to do next. I know I have 7 plus some more equals 12. So I'm going to use my good strategy of counting on to get to 12. Let's say 7 and then count on until we get to 12. 7. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I have my good label R for redbirds. Oh, well done, Kristen, keeping yourself organized. All right, let's try that again. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stop. All right, I had 7. I knew there were 12 in all, so just counted on and drew the pictures. So that must mean all of these over here are the redbirds. Let's count to see how many I drew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since that's the amount that was missing, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my number sentence. There we go. There were 5 redbirds sitting on a branch. Hey, this wasn't too bad. That word some was kind of scary to begin with because I didn't know the answer, but now I figured it out. Well, that's good because today's learning goal says, I can solve for unknown addends using a variety of strategies. That just means I can find things I don't know by trying to solve it in different ways. Some strategies I do know are counting on, like I just did with the birds, making a 10, taking from a 10, or, you know what, I'm halfway through first grade, so I might just know it sometimes. Today we're going to try to show our thinking with pictures. So even though you might just know the answer, I really want you to push yourself to do those good illustrations so we can understand your thinking. All right, here we go. 15 frogs sat on a log. 9 frogs jumped in the water. How many frogs were left on the log? Well, I see those 2 words, were left. That means we must be subtracting because those are the leftovers. So let's see, it says 15 frogs sat on a log. I'm going to go ahead and draw my good number sentence to go along with this. 15 frogs sat on a log, that's my whole amount, and then 9 jumped in the water. So I did subtracting 9. And then I want to know how many are left. Just like last time, I'm going to go ahead and draw a box right there so I don't forget what I'm looking for. It's going to help keep me organized, friend. All right. I don't know how many were left, but I do know some information. The information they told me in the word problem. Let's go back and draw what we know. It says 15 frogs sat on a log. I go ahead and draw my 15 sitting frogs. Then it says 9 jumped into the water. All right, so that's what I want to do next. But before I do that, I'm going to label it. 9 frogs jumped into the water. What would be a good letter I could put there just as a quick label? Okay, I chose to do J for jumped. And I'm going to go ahead and show that by subtracting the 9. What do you think I should do for the ones that are left over? Oh yeah, circle them. Good idea. And I'm also going to label them with an L just to show that they were left over. Let's count to see how many I circled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, if 6 are left, that must mean the answer is going to go right there in that box to show what's missing. 15 minus 9 equals 6. Well done. Okay, friend, now it's your turn to go ahead and solve this problem. Well, not this problem, sorry, the next problem. Get your dry erase board or your math journal. Here we go, we're going to try it. Okay, are you ready? All right, this one's going to make you hungry. It says, I have 14 bags of candy left from Halloween. I have some bags of Skittles and 8 bags of M&Ms. How many bags of Skittles are left? All right, we're going to go ahead and draw a number sentence to show this first to help us figure out. I'm going to go ahead and say, oh, there's that word some, so that's going to remind me where my box is going to go. I have some bags of Skittles and 8 bags of M&Ms, and that's going to equal the 14 bags of candy I have left. So let's see. I'm going to say blank plus 8 equals 14. Can you go ahead and write that on your dry erase board or your math journal? Now what could I put in there to show the part that I'm looking for, the one I don't know? So I have some bags of Skittles, so I'm going to go ahead and put, yep, a box. Good idea. All right. We don't know how many bags of Skittles we have, but we do know some information. Do you agree? All right, let's start there. It says I have 8 bags of M&Ms. I want you to go ahead and press pause while you go ahead and draw a good picture of that. All right. Oh, did you forget to put in your label? You put it in? Oh, good. All right, go ahead and draw your 8 bags, just like I did. Does your picture match mine? Oh, good. Now I know I'm going to add on to 8, so I'm going to count on. So what I'd like you to do is I want you to go ahead and say 8, then draw pictures of Skittles until you get to 14. But before you do that, can you make sure you have your good label over there? Because of course we want to keep our drawing organized. All right, press pause while you figure out how many bags of Skittles by counting on from 8, and then press play to check your good answer. All right, so I said 8, then I counted on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Stop. I'm going to draw a circle around those so I keep them organized. Now all I have to do is just count how many bags of Skittles I drew. All right, you go ahead and count how many bags there are and then fill in your number sentence. Check when you're done. All right, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bags of Skittles. So that's what I filled in my number sentence. How did you do, friend? Haha, good job. All right, erase your board or go to a new spot in your math journal. We're going to try another one. You're doing great. This one's adorable. You're going to love it. I saw 6 brown bunnies in the yard. I also saw some white bunnies. In all, I saw 11 bunnies. How many white bunnies were in the yard? All right, I'm going to read it again, friend. I saw 6 brown bunnies in the yard. I also saw some white bunnies. In all, I saw 11 bunnies. How many white bunnies were in the yard? All right, there's that word some, and it's talking about white bunnies. So I don't know how many there are of those, but I do know about brown bunnies. So let's see, the brown bunnies plus the white bunnies are going to equal 11 bunnies. I'm going to go ahead and write this good number sentence. What should I put? 6 plus something equals 11. I'm going to put that box right there. Now what I would like you to do, friend, is I want you to go ahead and press pause. I want you to start by drawing what you know and then trying to figure out our unknown or how many white bunnies there are. Try the whole entire thing until you can fill in that number sentence. Then press play to check yourself. Okay, so here we go. You should have the whole problem done. It should be all filled in. I want you to check your thinking. So we're going to start with what we know. And I'm going to put a B there for brown bunnies. Pause it if you didn't put any labels in and try to go put your labels back in so you can check those too. Remember, we're thinking about what's going to make the difference between being a novice, an apprentice, and a practitioner. Okay, so we want to add in all those good pieces. All right, you put your labels in, here we go. I had 6 brown bunnies. And I circled those to keep them organized. And then I counted up to make 11. Is that what you did? It's okay if you did something different. We just should hopefully end up with the same answer. But like I said, there are a whole bunch of strategies that we know. This is just what I chose. 6, 7. Oh, these are white bunnies. Sorry, I can put my label in there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that what you did? Oh, you did. Oh, good. Did you get 5 like I did? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You did? Haha, well done, friend. Man, we're rocking and rolling. All right, you can go ahead and erase your board. You're doing so well. Now our learning goal says, I can solve for unknown addends using a variety of strategies. Friend, I've been showing you the way that I would solve some of these problems, but you might solve them a little bit different because we do know a lot of different ways to solve a problem or different strategies. So this is what I would like you to do. I'm going to give you this word problem and I'm going to give you some hints for how to solve it, but this is the one you're going to seesaw to your teacher. I actually forgot to put the little seesaw symbol on there, so you're going to have to pay attention. Okay, it says, I picked 12 apples. 4 were red apples and some were yellow. How many yellow apples did I pick? All right, I don't want you to forget. I want you to put some labels in there. So when I read it again, I want you to think about what labels you could do. I picked 12 apples. 4 were red apples and some were yellow. How many yellow apples did I pick? Okay, friend, you need labels to show the different kinds of apples. I want you to start by drawing what you know and then draw the unknown to find your answer. So do everything you know first and then draw to find that unknown part. All right? I'm going to give you a hint by giving you this good number sentence. Don't forget to draw your box of the part that you don't know because that's going to keep you organized so that you know what you're looking for by the very end, okay? Read it one more time. I picked 12 apples. 4 were red apples and some were yellow. How many yellow apples did I pick? Good luck, friend.